Hello and good morning, South Bay. I'm Lesley Robins. It's great to see you again. I hope everyone has had a great week. As we all continue to watch the atrocities playing out in Ukraine, a glimmer of good relating to the crisis is coming out of Southern California. A fundraising campaign that included an April 5th event at the Laguna Art Museum has taken in just over $100,000 for the Ukrainian Red Cross. And more donations continue to roll in. That's according to the Laguna Beach Community Foundation Chairman Tom Davis. Now, the event, attended by Mayor Sue Kemp, also featured musical performances by Ukrainian artists. A reflection on the humanitarian crisis was also shared by Nadia, a Ukrainian refugee who recently arrived in Laguna Beach and is supported by a group of local mothers. And in another display of support for Ukraine, the City Council unanimously agreed to adopt a resolution calling for an end to the humanitarian crisis in Ukraine. Well, a little closer to home, Torrance is making progress on a 40-unit temporary housing shelter project at the Civic Center after receiving more than $600,000 in external funding in January. LA County Supervisor Janice Hahn helped secure an additional $450,000 for the shelter recently through Measure H, a voter-approved initiative that, among other things, provides funding for projects meant to address the county's homelessness crisis. Hahn's latest contribution brings her office's total funding for the project to $900,000. Now, the project, originally approved by the City Council in June, will boast 40 temporary housing units. The tiny homes and accompanying structures required to provide future residents with day-to-day necessities, including bathrooms and laundry facilities, will be purchased from and assembled by Pallet, a company based in Washington State. Other LA County cities, including Redondo Beach, have also set up Pallet shelters in recent years. Torrance has completed all on-site design plans and permit checks. All site preparation is expected to be completed by June 6, and the tiny homes are expected to arrive and be assembled that same week. Harbor Interfaith Services, a San Pedro nonprofit, has been tentatively selected as the site operator, which will be the day-to-day manager of the program. Well, in COVID news, over 100,000 people gathered in downtown Los Angeles last Sunday to protest COVID vaccine mandates, saying that rules requiring workers at many government agencies and private companies to get vaccinated are unconstitutional and have cost thousands of people their jobs. The rally was being hosted by the organization Defeat the Mandates, which has sponsored anti-vaccine and anti-mandate events across the country. Two YouTubers have been sued by University of Southern California for busting into classrooms and stopping the instructors so they can film viral videos. In the lawsuit, USC says the two men, neither of whom are enrolled at the school, allegedly performed a series of pranks in various classrooms with the goal of making takeover prank videos. Their most recent disruption went down a few weeks ago with the guys pretending to be a Russian mafia member and Hugo Boss, interrupting a lecture on the Holocaust. Hugo Boss manufactured Nazi uniforms during World War II. Officers arrested them at gunpoint in a parking lot near the classroom. No word on whether prosecutors are going forward with criminal charges, but the school is trying to get cash from the culprits. USC is seeking a permanent injunction to stop the two men from ever doing this kind of stunt again, as well as financial damages. In more USC news, a South Bay resident and the former University of Southern California head water polo coach was convicted by a federal jury in connection with soliciting and accepting bribes in the college admissions scheme. That's according to the U.S. Department of Justice. Jovan Vavic of Rancho Palos Verdes was recently convicted in Boston following a 5-week jury trial of conspiracy to commit honest services mail and wire fraud, conspiracy to commit federal programs bribery, and honest services wire fraud. Sentencing has been set for July 20th. He was arrested and charged in March of 2019. Now, this verdict is the final conviction in the college admissions scandal involving William Rick Singer. If you remember, 54 defendants have either pleaded guilty or were convicted by a federal jury. He solicited and accepted more than $220,000 in bribes to secure the admission of USC students by designating them as pretend athletic recruits. Well, another school is making headlines of a different kind. In the most recent U.S. News and World Report rankings of universities, UCLA was named the nation's top public university for the 5th consecutive year. And in the most recent U.S. News and World Report evaluation of hospitals, UCLA Health ranked number 1 in both Los Angeles and California, and number 3 nationally. And there's more good news. The David Geffen School of Medicine at UCLA has been ranked among the nation's top 20 medical schools in research and primary care in the same report. The medical school also ranked in the top 15 in multiple specialties in the evaluation. Marine mammal lovers gathered at the Point Vincent Interpretive Center in Rancho Palos Verdes last weekend to mark the annual gray whale migration. The Whale of the Day event, which began in 1984, featured a mobile touch tank called Windows to Our Wetlands that came from the Bolsa Chica Conservancy. They also had a 50-foot inflatable gray whale brought by the Cabrillo Marine Aquarium. Food trucks and a beer and wine garden were on site. Marine-themed booths hosted by local nonprofit organizations discussing wildlife and nature advocacy groups, games, crafts, and face painting for youth, and tours of the museum. There was also the chance to watch the whales from the Interpretive Center without having to get on a boat. It was the first Whale of a Day to happen in person since 2019. The coronavirus pandemic canceled the 2020 event. Last year's was virtual. There is still time to pitch in on the Manhattan Beach Dune Restoration Project. The restoration project kicked off in January in Manhattan Beach and several other local beaches with an aim to revive a robust native habitat and set a path for the future as seas threaten to wash away one of Southern California's most important recreational spaces. Community restoration days for the project, led by the Bay Foundation, continue this month on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday mornings. Now, since January, volunteers and workers have removed nearly 16 tons of invasive ice plant and planted 1,400 native dune plants. Initial restoration work is anticipated to continue through early to mid-May, but maintenance and scientific monitoring of the site will be ongoing. In music news, Carson City Symphony's Youth Strings and the Not Quite Ready for Carnegie Hall Players, NQR, an ensemble for adult intermediate string musicians, present a musical oddities and practical jokes concert on Thursday, April 21st at 6:30 p.m. at the Carson City Community Center. Now that's at 851 East William Street. In music news, Carson City Symphony's Youth Strings and Not Quite Ready for Carnegie Hall Players, NQR, an ensemble for adult intermediate string musicians, present a musical oddities and practical jokes concert on Thursday, April 21st. That's at 6:30 p.m. at the Carson City Community Center, located 851 East William Street. Admission is free. Now, the Symphony Youth Strings, an after-school, tuition-free educational program of the Carson City Symphony Association, includes students grades 2 to 12 from Carson City and surrounding areas, including public, private, and homeschooled students. Well, from music to sport, the wait is finally over. Topgolf in El Segundo is officially open to the public starting today. Topgolf Entertainment Group, which operates more than 70 locations worldwide, opened this second Southern California spot on 26.5 acres, formerly operated by the Lakes at El Segundo golf course. Now, the grounds boast a redesigned, lighted 10-hole par 3 golf course, 102 all-weather hitting bays over 3 floors, nearly double what the Lakes driving range had, community event and meeting spaces, and of course, last but not least, a bar and restaurant. Well, speaking of food, our first in-studio guest knows a thing or two about that, specifically baking. Baking cheesecake, that is. Please welcome to the show the woman behind Boshi Bakes, Mercy Fabila. Hi, and Fabila like fabulous.
Yeah, basically.
Which your cheesecakes are fabulous. That's what the rumor mill is saying.
Part of the aesthetic.
Okay, before we literally dig into these cheesecakes, I want to dig into your past because your story is not just, oh, I'm a baker. It's much more than that. It goes way deeper. Yeah. Talk about how you came to be the baker you are today.
Sure. So in my past life, I was a marketing consultant for almost a decade. I consulted on health and wellness businesses. So nothing like this, nothing in the restaurant industry, nothing in the decadent dessert industry either. And really the pandemic hit as it hit everyone. So the pandemic gave me an opportunity to tap into that passion that I have for baking. But at the same time, I was just waiting for my clients to open up their shops again. A lot of them were acupuncturists, yoga studios, so they had to close. So I was just kind of waiting around, but really, I started baking because it was a good way for me to be able to reach out to my friends, family, see how they're doing, give them some cakes, and check on them, make sure they're okay. So at the same time, it gave me an opportunity to do some research on what cakes are out there, what's trending, just something new to try. And in particular, I had a craving for a cheesecake. Now, I love American cheesecake. However, I've always had my eyes set on this particular cake. It's a Basque burnt cheesecake from Basque Country in northern Spain. So it's different from American cheesecake. We'll go into the details about it shortly, but I realized with that craving that there wasn't any here. The closest I could find is probably somewhere in West Hollywood that I know of, but 2 weeks prior to the pandemic, I moved here. So I didn't know anything about the South Bay. Everything shut down by the time I wanted to get out and explore. So I just took it upon myself to talk to my family, see what family secrets we have as far as recipes go, and I was able to come up with what is the most authentic Basque burnt cheesecake, coming from my dad's side, who's Spanish. I started gifting this cake, and I had a lot of good feedback on it. A lot of friends and family were telling me, I love your cookies, I love your muffins, but do you have any more of that other cake? And I just started kind of focusing on it more and refining it. Now keep in mind, I'm still waiting for the world to open so I can go back to work. But
wait, you haven't quit your
I hadn't quit
your
day job?
I
was still there. I was like, I can do everything. Right. I can consult and bake and, but I didn't plan on having a business. This was just for fun. And also, when I was young, I wanted to be a pastry chef. But as life has it, and, parents are telling you no, I took the business route. But in my heart, I was like, I want to be a pastry chef someday. Just don't know if or when. So I kept having that little voice in my head saying, maybe just follow this passion. But if anything goes wrong, go back to marketing. Yeah. And I kind of got encouraged actually by a lot of South Bay locals. Those were the folks that kept telling me, you really should do something with this. You should consider selling it. So instead of neighbors, they would happily accept my cakes, but they would say, consider selling it. And I did. I started Boshi Bakes. I started just focusing on this one cake. Now, I do bake other things as well. But I want to focus on this cake just because it's very unique. It's very rare. You don't find it easily. I like to credit myself as the first to bring it to the South Bay.
Ooh.
And I wanted this community to feel like we have our own cake here. You don't have to travel so far to have this cake.
Well, we have the cake right here, and before we get to something very personal to you, I feel like I have to try it because I'm smelling it. It's sitting here. I hear so much about it. Yeah. So which one? What are you going to try?
I brought you two sizes. You have options here.
Okay.
The small ones here are the mini BB cheesecakes. Now, this is actually a perfect.
Let's hold that up a little bit. There you go.
There we go.
Yeah.
This is, I was able to capture the same texture, flavor,
Smell,
everything of a larger cake in a smaller size. This is what's most popular with cafes. This is popular, especially during COVID time. This is popular so people wouldn't have to share the knife. They were just handing them out at those beach parties that they would have, the picnics on the beach. So this here's the mini BB cheesecake. It's probably my most popular one here.
Do I dig in with a spoon?
You certainly can.
Let's see. You don't even have to do much with the spoon. It just going in there.
What do we think?
It's perfection. It's soft. It's buttery. It's cheesy. It's soft. Wow. That's perfect.
Thank you. I
Wow.
like to compare this.
I'm gonna go in again as you talk.
No,
Wow.
go for it. I like to compare it to a cloud. It's so fluffy. It's so light. The smell. When baking it at high temperature, I know the word burnt is in the name, but really I'm caramelizing the surface and I'm caramelizing the sugar. So it's creating like a molasses brown sugar finish, not as sweet as American cheesecake.
Are you kidding me?
I know, this is real.
Okay, you quit your day job already, right?
So yes.
Okay, let's get to it.
Process, I suppose.
Okay,
I quit my job.
Good. Because if you're making this, you don't need it. This is your job.
People have to know.
No.
I did because I realized exactly that look on your face is truly what brings me joy. I love it when people tell me, oh my gosh, or those that I convert into cheesecake lovers. They tell me, I don't want cheesecake, I don't like it. I'm like, here, just try a little sample. And right away they come back saying, I love cheesecake. I love this cheesecake. And it's excellent paired with coffee, excellent paired with red wine or sherry, the way they do in Basque Country. So you're getting a full experience with your dessert. You're not just eating, you want to pair it with particular certain beverages.
Wow. Now, are you making these one at a time or 20 at a time? And is it still happening in your kitchen?
I am in the middle of my kitchen and a commissary as well.
Okay.
So it depends on if I have a larger order. I am able to do multiples. The smaller one is easier. And I have different sizes. Some are special for cafes. No, enjoy.
I got the bottom layer of whatever that is.
Exactly.
What's the bottom?
As you open it more, and I tell people, don't throw the paper away. You might want to lick it off.
Yeah.
It has like a burnt, crust, and that's another thing. This is a crustless cake.
Yeah.
I tend
but
to
it's still got that bottom.
Exactly. So as you're eating it, you want to get all of the texture because the exterior has a bit of a bitterness to it because it's burnt, but the interior is sweet, it's creamy, but again, not as sweet or heavy like an American cheesecake that is syrupy. This has that molasses flavor, and the bitterness plays perfect with it. It balances out in your mouth.
Wow.
And if you want to lick the paper, there's no judgment. But it is good. I tell people just scrape it off, and it's worth it. It's worth every bite.
That's amazing. So where are these cakes located now, and how do they find them?
So I am
because trust me, you want to find them and eat them.
Yeah,
like not even non-negotiable. Yeah.
I am located in Manhattan Beach right now.
Okay.
I am actually talking to a few South Bay cafes. Currently, you can find them in West LA at Food LA on Pico Boulevard. They do have the small version of the cakes there. Pretty soon they will be at Un Cafe Altamira, nice. Right by the pier in Manhattan Beach. The owner, Alexa, is opening a phenomenal wine bar. And the reason why I love the idea that these cakes will be there in particular is because, like I mentioned earlier, this cake pairs perfect with wine. Red wine, sherry, port. And there's a reason for it. You have to try. You take a sip of your wine, have a bite of your cake, and you'll see how the notes just play so well together.
I mean, it's not even a question. These will sell. Your business will thrive. It's like not even a question. Like, I'm telling you right now, it's a hit.
Thank you so much.
You're done. It's a hit. Yeah. So when you go to a restaurant or a cafe and say, hey, I want you to sell my stuff, that probably happens quite often. So how do you just say, just taste it? Like, you don't even have to schmooze them because just taste it. Trust me.
So fortunately, the cake speaks for itself.
Yes.
As you see it, it has this, burnt texture to it. The edges are crispy, the interior, it almost has like an ombre effect, right? So when they see it, they're already thinking, wait, this is not American cheesecake. Also, why is this not in a fridge? Why is this not frozen? So there's already questions, and that really helps because I love, in a sense, educating them and introducing them to something new. I tell them, and not just in Spain, but in Europe in general, the way they eat these type of cheesecakes, it's always warm, always at room temperature. Only we eat it cold, the New York style.
With ice cream on top or something.
Berries and whatever you want and sprinkles. This one, I don't think you want to add anything to it. So that helps to introduce, and I love talking about it because the Basque region is so big in the foodie community. They have the most Michelin-starred restaurants in one region. So that already, you trust what they're making out there. And the original place that this came from, it's a bar called La Viña in San Sebastian, up in Basque Country. They got their first shipment of Philadelphia cream cheese. They didn't know what to do with it. And I guess they just burned it, and it came out perfect in 1990, I believe. Wow. So they're very well known for that. But this cake is slowly starting to expand worldwide, and I'm happy to bring it here to South Bay.
Okay, so you gave up a little bit of the ingredients. There's Philadelphia cream cheese, which is
all organic, but I always tell people.
I mean, it's a popular staple.
Exactly. I tried. I did some R&D with different cream cheeses, but the Philadelphia cream cheese is just the best. You don't want to mess with that. And it's the way they do it in Basque Country, and I don't want to offend my family out there. So that's all I use, but everything else is organic. I do infuse this with Madagascar bourbon vanilla bean as well, so you'll see flecks.
That's what it is, maybe.
You'll see some flecks of it inside as well. It just kind of elevates the flavor.
It's amazing. Now, people are buying these from you, family and friends, or are you still giving them away for free?
Oh, I am a bit of a people pleaser, so I do give them away still, but they have to hear my spiel. I'm like, did you try it with coffee? Did you get your wine? Did you like it? And it's good because I want to always, as I grow, I want to remain in that, still getting feedback mentality. I think it's a good way to run a business. Now, when I consulted marketing for my clients back then, I was involved in a lot more than just social media or websites. I got very close with the owners, so I got to see them growing their business. And one thing that always stood out to me was always remain humble. Always ask your clientele, your demographic, what do they really want? Don't ever feel like, I did it, I have the best cake ever, bye. You should.
But you do.
I mean, it's good.
She does.
But definitely, especially, I have a lot of folks here in South Bay that know somebody or are related to someone that comes straight from Basque Country, and I tell them, send them my way because I want to know if this reminds them of back home. And I promise, fortunately, they always tell me, this reminds me of my grandmother's cake, or this reminds me of a late night bar hopping in Spain, and I had this cake, and I love that. That it helps me feel like I'm still on the right path, and I want to stay true to that authenticity of the cake.
Well, I think the cake is almost a reflection of you and how sweet and kind you are, and you have this business sense that kind of is unparalleled. It's amazing. But you also went through a health scare, a health crisis, really, that you kind of probably said, no, this is my passion, and I'm going that way.
Exactly. So back in 2017, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor. It was a meningioma. It was about an inch. The scary thing about the meningioma, it's a slow-growing tumor. And usually it's for most women in their 60s or 70s. And at the time I was 29 when I got diagnosed. The problem with this particular tumor was that it was starting to grow and push towards the brainstem. When something is pressing on the brainstem, a tumor or the brainstem gets affected, that affects your breathing, your talking, your swallowing, just basically who you are. Now, I don't come from a family with tumors. We don't have anything to my knowledge. So that was definitely a health crisis, a health scare. Now, in my 20s, I was go, stress, living in LA, building your clientele, marketing. Yep. And I'm marketing these acupuncturists, yoga studios, crystal healers, everything you think of in LA, that's what I was doing. And after a while, it gets so overwhelming, you're just going. Yeah. And this particular health scare was a very good way for me to put things into perspective and to think, wow, fortunately, it was benign and they removed it entirely. And I didn't have the side effects that they expected. They had said I wouldn't be able to write or smile, so if I smile more than usual, I'm like, it's because they almost took it away. Yeah. But once I healed, I got back on the horse and said, I'm gonna go. But pandemic came and it was truly a blessing.
All meant to be.
Because it was another way for the universe to say, hey, really think about what you're doing. Do you want to go back to that stress? Now, it can be stressful being a baker, but it's good stress when you love what you're doing.
Because you want to see the smile on my face
exactly.
after, wait, don't you want to see, wait, you said it's where?
There we go.
It's all worth it.
It's all worth it. So from that health scare, I always try to tell people or teach them or share with them that it's never too late to follow your passion. As cliche as it sounds, unfortunately, in our go society, we wait until there is something traumatic to happen to make us change our perspective or our routines, but we don't want to wait. And I think I'm very fortunate to have survived that and with minimal complications considering what they expected, that I think I feel like I owe it to the world to bring them joy, because I had so much support then. And I thought, to go back to being stressed out and, running around, and why don't I just focus on something that I really love and really enjoy when people love what I make? Yeah. So that's my lesson for them.
Okay, well, I finished this. Tell people where they can find this joy.
Sure. So you can find this.
Because they can't have this one because this is done.
This one is done, but the rest are still there. You can order on the website. Boshi Bakes is my company. I do deliveries throughout the South Bay. You can pick up in Manhattan Beach. And I am starting to do some events and larger venues throughout LA. So I do make larger orders as well. Weddings, birthdays, baby showers are very popular. And like I mentioned earlier, you pretty soon could find them in more coffee shops. Right now you could find it at Food LA in West LA on Pico Boulevard. Pretty soon in Manhattan Beach. And there is a coffee shop in Hermosa Beach. I don't name them just yet because they will be announced on Instagram. That's where I start to announce any new locations you can find the cake at.
And if anyone needs proof that they're good, there you go. Boshi Bakes. Buy them. Help her. Help yourself. Eat these cakes. We will be right back. Welcome back to Good Morning South Bay. Well, our next guest is a well-known fashionista in town. She's the owner of the clothing resale shop Uptown Cheapskate in Torrance. And here to tell us all about the business is Alisa Lindsay. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Lesley. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's so good to see you with your stuff. And might I add, I am wearing your stuff.
We love to see you. I know I've been dressing you for about 4 years now, so it's been great.
You have everything in your shop, from the dresses I can wear on camera, to the sports stuff, to the shoes, to the accessories. Break down your business for me for people who do not know.
Okay. We are a buy-sell clothing store. We've been here about 4 years. We pay cash for clothes that are gently used. We try to go with more casual wear, things that you would find in like a high school, college campus. Our age demographic is about 15 to 35, but I'm out of that age graphic, and I shop there all the time. We do men's and ladies, which is different than a lot of the resale stores around that just do ladies. And we've also kind of started dabbling into the higher end designer items as well as the mall styles. So not only can you get, an item for just a couple bucks that you might save a few dollars from the mall, but you can pick up a, beautiful Louis Vuitton or Balenciaga bag and save, hundreds up to thousands of dollars on things.
So tell me how the business first evolved, because you've been there a while now.
We have been there a while. Our 4th anniversary was last week. It is a franchise. I was from Utah, and I found the franchise as my high schooler was in love with the store, and I went in and decided I did all their back to school shopping for less than what I would have spent at one mall store. So decided to change careers and decided I didn't want to be in Utah, so I moved out here and found the Torrance area where there was no stores like mine at all around. So we opened up, and about, the first year was fun and trying to get our name out there, but then it's picked up. It's been wonderful. We've been blessed, with a lot of businesses. COVID kind of really hurt some. We were fortunate enough that it actually almost helped us, and business has probably doubled since that happened. So it's been great. We still have tons of people finding us every day. It's a blast. We see amazing people all the time. Torrance and the South Bay area just has some amazing people to come in and sell to us. Unlike a lot of the kind of mom and pop stores, we do cash on the spot rather than consignment, and we'll pay up to about 30 to 50% of whatever our pricing is. And so, yeah,
So
it's kind of...
Yeah, so tell me, how does that work? I just bring you stuff, or you gotta send you pictures? Or
No, we prefer bring it in freshly laundered. We do, you can bring it in a bag, basket, box, things like that. And then we just go through them looking for kind of mall fun styles, unique things, casual wear that we think we can sell. And then one of my buyers will price it, and then they give you an offer in cash. You're not obligated to take the offer if you aren't satisfied with it. And then whatever we don't take, you can either take back home with you, as some people do, or if you're just looking to clean out the closet from spring cleaning, we also donate to local charities as well.
Oh, that's great. Mm-hmm. That's so nice. Now you talked about people cleaning out the closet.
Yes.
Maybe that's why you were so busy during the pandemic and after, because people were cleaning closets.
Cleaning out the closet. When Marie Kondo started a while ago, that just made our business boom. Everyone started, streamlining and getting rid of the things that weren't bringing them joy. And so we could find them and bring other people joy by finding them in our racks. So it's always a busy time of year around New Year's. Everyone always has that New Year's resolution to clean out their closet. And another thing, after living in South Bay, there's not a lot of closet space. So people can come in and bring in their clothes. They also can get 30% more in trade-in value. So it's almost like recycling your closet for things you might not have worn last year, and then you get new stuff, and then next year you bring it back and you just keep trading it in. I mean, that's what a lot of people do, and it's pretty good.
I was gonna say, what do most people do? Do they take the cash and run, or do they shop more?
It's about a 30% of people that actually take the store credit and shop.
Yeah.
And then some people just want the cash right now, just need it for whatever reasons, pay a bill, get some gas.
Yeah, and you mentioned the racks. You walk into your store, your racks are full of stuff. How do you manage all of that stuff? When you have shoes everywhere, and this is like good stuff too. So
we have great
shoes, boots, sandals, sweats, t-shirts, tops, dresses, long dresses, short dresses. How do you manage it all?
We do have a plan to our chaos, an organization. We have everything by style of what it is. So, like all our dresses will be together, and then it's by size, and then it goes by color. So if you're looking for, a little black dress and a small, we can pretty much point you to exactly where you're going to find it in the store. We also have some specialty racks for, things like our Lululemon for our, athletic girls. Free People is another popular one. Brandy Melville. We did just start, one of the big things right now is the vintage and the Y2K trend. So we have that going on. We have a whole section of a Coachella, which starts this weekend. So if you're looking for a Coachella outfit, you know, I mean,
yeah.
I'm
not going. No. I don't need Coachella. But I'm assuming people just come in and say, where's Coachella
Where's
stuff?
Coachella stuff?
Yeah.
And then they find, great outfits. And, so we have a lot of people right now looking for Coachella. I had a girl just before I came here, I got her a whole outfit with, the hat, the cowboy boots, the whole 9 yards. So it's a great place to find. You can find unique things. And like I said, just fun stuff. That's what's great about it, is seeing all the people that bring their clothes in, is to find those unique and fun items for our people to shop and fun. That's why people like thrifting so much.
Well, that's fun and unique and exciting.
Yes.
Talk about this bag.
So this is our Balenciaga Hourglass Bag. It's one of the most popular bags around right now. It's brand new in the box. We did have it in mint as well, but the mint one already sold. So I brought the lilac, which is one of the colors of the season. But yeah, it is $2,200 retail. We have it priced for $1,600. Wow. So I mean, you're saving $600, and like I said, it's brand new, and we do authenticate all of our designer items as well, so you're buying it, with confidence that it is actually real.
Yeah.
And then another big thing that we've been known for in the South Bay area is our sneakers. We've become a sneakerhead.
Yes.
I can tell you the difference between your Dunk De La Souls, your Travis Scotts, your Jordan 1s,
Did you think you'd be an expert on sneakers?
Had no idea I would become an expert on sneakers, but I have now, and a lot of people come to find us, so they can save themselves the trip down to Melrose to the sneaker shops there and find something here.
But you're selling used sneakers, so people are actually giving up the good sneakers that are popular right now? Is that how it's working?
Yeah, they do. There's collectors out there who will have a whole giant, collection of sneakers, and so they might need some cash, and they'll bring them in, and we'll get them. And most part, especially with shoes, we do want to have a really good quality. So most of them are almost brand new condition.
Wow.
Unless there's something really rare, and they're still worth some value, even with a little bit of wear on them.
Well, I wanted to, you're talking about the people bringing the sneakers. Who's giving you the new bags? That's what I like. Are you allowed to give up that juice?
I do have some, I don't know if I'd say celebrities, but there's definitely some influencers that come in and sell to us that get bombarded with items and things like that. There's people who get them for gifts and whatnot that just either don't want them or don't, need the cash. Things like that. I had a lot of people, after the pandemic, when everyone was getting all those extra checks and things like that, they may have bought some stuff that was great at the time, but now they have a bill to pay or something without those checks coming through, so they might need, the money instead of the bag. So that's a lot, and then some people are just cleaning out their closet, just get some extra cash,
Yeah, I mean, you can go to Goodwill with your stuff. I usually, sometimes I'll go to you first and then Goodwill. It's like, why not?
That's what we usually recommend, honestly, because you never know. I had a girl, she had a couple bags in her car. She was on her way to Goodwill. And then saw our sign, and she ended up stopping, and she got $150 cash for some clothes that she was literally going to go and just donate.
Yeah.
Without, even trying. So, it's worth a shot to bring it in before, the worst we can say is, no, we're not going to take it. And, you might have spent, 15, 20 minutes of your time while we look through your items, or you walk out with $150 cash that you weren't planning on.
That's amazing. And you did mention that you're one of, no, you are the one in the South Bay, really doing this. You're the one.
We are.
You're the only one in the South Bay. So people are coming to you from various places.
From various places, yeah. We have, we have a lot of people from Orange County that come up, Santa Monica, LA. There are some, in Santa Monica, LA, but maybe they just don't, get the right payout, or they just don't maybe take the right items that we'll take. We might take different stuff. So a lot of people have found us and have decided that they like us more, and so they'll make the drive to come and see us. So
you guys are personable.
We definitely try to be.
Yeah, you're almost stylists as well as working the front desk.
I have. I'm the old lady in the group, so I have. I hire. I hire the high school, college kids that have a lot more fashion sense than me, and they're great with customers. They're great people skills, and I'm more the businesswoman, so sometimes I'll be at the buy counter pricing things, and they, get out there and do the styling. And, someone will bring something in and I'll be like, hey, is this popular? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, really?
No. Yeah.
This was from me back in the 90s. And they're like, that's in right now,
Is it in? What's in right now? What are you buying right now?
Well, like I said, the Y2K is really popular right back.
And mall things. Yeah.
Your Juicy Couture is, huge.
Wait, I have those in my closet from
1990.
You want them?
Absolutely.
The velour ones?
The velour tracksuits are.
Wait, I'm holding on to them because they were so special. I lived in them. You want them?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, all the Y2K things are back. A lot of like the straight leg jeans, wide leg jeans are coming back. Platform heels, I've been told, are even coming back in.
Okay.
Like I said, some of these things I'm like, but, I read the trends and I look at it and I look and see what everyone's wearing, what they're buying, and go off of that. And my customers will usually tell me what's popular. I knew before skinny jeans were out, I knew it. It was like they stopped selling. So it was like, okay.
I still like my skinny jeans. I don't know. Whatever works, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So where can people find you?
We are on the corner of Hawthorne and Emerald at 20725 Hawthorne Boulevard. Kind of right by the car dealerships, by Sushi Boy, across from Wingstop. So just down the street from the mall. So save yourself the trip to the mall and come in, because we have everything you could find in the mall, plus some.
And your social media presence. It's pretty strong.
So we do have an online presence as well, so you can shop online. The link is in our bio at our Uptown Torrance. And we do post all of our designer items. The other day I posted a Teflon bag. Is that what it is?
You tell me. Should I know this?
We finally got it in. They're not that but they're super cute. And I posted it, and literally I had probably like 10 people immediately like, I need it, and it sold online like right away. So it's sometimes a cutthroat little business on there on our online when we post things, because everybody wants it, but it's fun and it's done well for us.
You're happy in this business. You're not going back to your old career.
I am very happy. I'm hoping to open up another store.
Ooh, breaking news.
Breaking news.
Oh, where?
I'm definitely going more towards LA. I'm thinking either Studio City, Santa Monica, Melrose, somewhere around there. We'll have to see, but yeah, hopefully if everything plays out right by the end of the year is where I'm hoping.
Well, we'll help promote it.
Well, thank you.
Yes, and thank you for coming in. Great to see you.
It is great to see you as well.
It's great to be in your stuff.
I love it. You always look so cute.
Happy shopping, everybody. Go to Uptown Cheapskate.
Sex trafficking is an extremely serious issue facing our young people today. My name is Kathleen Terry, and I'm here to share with you about a wonderful and powerful film that is being sponsored by the Rotary Club Fighting Human Trafficking.
Oh my god. I just got a DM from the hottest guy, and he wants to take me to dinner.
Thank you for coming over tonight.
What's your name?
Please take the time to invite friends, parents, and others who are concerned about this significant issue to come and join us for this very powerful film experience.
Welcome back to Good Morning South Bay from SBTV. South Bay TV is a live streaming platform reflecting the South Bay lifestyle, covering cities from El Segundo to San Pedro and all the towns in between, and also the surrounding communities of the South Bay. We cover topics including health and wellness, fashion and beauty, art and music, food and entertainment, and with this show, local news and events. And please don't forget, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and our online newsletter to be notified of any news stories and when we go live. In the meantime, come back every Friday at 11 a.m. to stay up to date on all the latest happenings in the South Bay. And don't forget, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel and our online newsletter to be notified of any news stories and when we go live. In the meantime, come back every Friday at 12 p.m. to stay up to date on all the latest happenings in the South Bay. Speaking of, here's what you and your family can look forward to this weekend in the South Bay. Coming up on Saturday, April 16th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., there's a campus beautification day going on at Mira Costa High School. Also on Saturday, April 16th at 7 p.m., it's a garden concert series going on at the Village Garden in Redondo Beach. Now, the garden concert series is an exciting pop-up performance venue in Redondo. GCS features an intimate chamber concert performed by the Constellation Quartet with a selection of popular film and world music and a new special guest each month. In April, they welcome Greg Johnson. Join them for a relaxed evening under the stars and enjoy a safe night out while being serenaded by strings. Coming up on Sunday, April 17th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., it's Easter brunch at Shade Hotel in Manhattan Beach. Celebrate Easter with your loved ones by joining them for brunch in Shade's beautiful open-air restaurant, Zinc, at Shade. Join them for the festive Easter feast filled with delicious food and fun. There will also be special activities for your little ones, plus drink specials for the adults. It is $85 per adult and $35 for children under 10. Tax and gratuity is not included. Call 310-546-4995 or visit them on Resy, R-E-S-Y, to make your reservation today. View mb.shadehotel.com for the full menu. Also on Easter Sunday, April 17th at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., there's an Easter Sunday breakfast located at Mary and Joseph Retreat Center. Now, this event is sold out, but if you want to be added to the wait list, call Jose at 310-377-4867, extension 250. Join them for a delicious buffet breakfast as they celebrate Easter with family and friends. If you do get taken off the wait list, the cost is $25 per adult. Children 4 through 12 are $12 and children under 4 are free. Looking ahead, on April 22nd, there is a spring break speed development camp going down at UCLA Health Sports Performance, and it starts at 12:30 p.m. Now, this event is for high school and college athletes. Once again, it's going down at UCLA Health Sports Performance, and they're hosting the camp on April 18th through the 22nd, 10:30 a.m. through 12:30 p.m. So what can the athletes expect? Well, in the first half during the outdoor session, they're going to work on proper mechanics of sprinting, landing, and changing direction. They will put athletes in a controlled environment to perfect their movement skills. They will also put the athletes in a reactive sport environment, training the athletic instinct. And in the second half, during the indoor session, they're going to work on proper lifting mechanics and technique to develop sport-specific strength and power. Athletes will train under the guidance of expert coaches who can understand every athlete's unique needs and skills and modify their training accordingly. So how do you sign up? Well, you can purchase tickets on Eventbrite or call 310-426-1407 or email dmo@teamexos, that's TEAMEXOS.com, or visit them at 2275 Mariposa Avenue in El Segundo.
Is this the extravaganza? If you're looking for more springtime fun, the Community Services Department is hosting some family-friendly events this month. The annual Egg Hunt will take place at Recreation Park on Saturday, April 16th at 9:30 a.m. The bunny and friends will be available for pictures, and the egg hunts will be organized by age group. The Summer Camp Expo will also be at Recreation Park during the Egg Hunt, where residents can meet the city's friendly camp counselors and instructors and learn about the camps available this summer. El Segundo residents will be able to register for summer camps online and in person beginning on April 16th at 8 a.m. For more information, call 310-524-2700. The first annual Fired Up Girls Empowerment Camp recently took place at Fire Station 2. Here's El Segundo News reporter Tolly Anderson with more on this two-day event.
Thank you, that's right. I'm outside Station 2 in El Segundo. It's a fun-filled weekend for the girls in the surrounding communities because Chief Dina Lee has opened up the fire station doors for a weekend full of fun for these girls fired up empowerment camp. Hey, and maybe one day they too will become a firefighter.
So this has been a dream of mine for a long time. I've attended other girls' camps at other fire departments, and it was so rewarding, and I couldn't wait to bring it here to El Segundo. When I became the fire chief on November 2nd, I said one of my priorities was going to be holding this girls' camp, and then here we are. We made it happen.
As a firefighter, there are likely lives on the line, and so you want to go fast, and I want to help people. Whatever I end up doing as a career, I want it to be something that can positively impact the community.
This has been a collaboration between fire department and community services, and thankful for the support of city leadership, but there's a lot of logistics that go into this, and luckily we have plenty of firefighters here today to help out. I had to recruit women firefighters from other fire departments because in El Segundo we only have 2, and the smaller departments there's not too many. So I have some of my colleagues, friends from Costa Mesa Fire Department, Beverly Hills, Hemet, San Bernardino County, and they're all here helping out.
This is so important to me, one, to mentor the young firefighters of tomorrow, whether it be male or female, but also just to show these young girls that they can have their dreams, their lives. They can be a wife, they can be a mom, they can be girly on their days off, they can do anything that they want to do, but they can also have this career, because I do believe that this is one of the most amazing careers, and it's a career of service, and just to be able to pass that on to them and just empower them and let them know that they can do anything that they put their heart and their mind to.
Nearly 30 girls around this region are enjoying this weekend and will walk away not only tired, but empowered and, most importantly, fired up. Back to you.
A different type of egg hunt will be making a splash in the afternoon on April 16th. Join the Community Services Department at the annual Underwater Egg Hunt at the El Segundo Wiseburn Unified School District Aquatic Center. Dive into some fun and catch those floating eggs while enjoying music, candy, and prizes. Egg hunt heats will run from 1:30 till 3:30 p.m. in the instructional pool. The cost is $5 for residents and $7 for non-residents, and space is limited, so register early at esrec.org or in person at the Aquatic Center.
And if you have a local story or event that you would like to tell us about, please do so on our website. Follow the link on the homepage to where you can submit your story, because it's all about community and engagement, and that cannot happen without you. So take care of you, your town, and each other. Thanks for watching.